Hey, I'm Alec Benjamin, and today I'm spinning the iHeartRadio Wheel of Stories. Okay, cool. So I love Eminem. I have not collaborated with Eminem. There's nothing in the works for me to collaborate with Eminem. But I have a friend named Chelsea, and we do this thing that she taught me how to do called manifesting. And last time we were together, we were talking about John Mayer, and I was like, yo, this isn't a story about Eminem, but she was like, yo, it would be like, I was like, man, I'll probably never meet him. And she was like, no, you have to manifest it. And then 2 days later, he sent me a message on Instagram. I'm gonna consult Chelsea about Eminem and see if maybe she can manifest that for me. But I would love to work with Eminem, and the first album that I ever purchased for myself was the Eminem Show. And the Eminem Show came out on my birthday, so that's cool. This artist is Frank Ocean. So I actually haven't worked with Frank Ocean, but I have this friend Chelsea, and I love Frank Ocean, and one of my favorite albums is Channel Orange, and Frank Ocean is definitely an artist that I would love to write a song with. I just think his voice is so amazing, and also I love his lyrical sensibility. I think he has a lot of really important things to say, and the way that he says them is very original. So to me, he is one of the most influential artists of this generation. All right, this artist is Khalid. So I have written a song with Khalid. 6 months ago, I sent him a message on Twitter, and then he didn't respond. And then, like 2 months ago, I tweeted him, and he did respond, and he sent me a message and was like, you know, what's your number? Like, text me. And I texted him, and he was in California, and I was in California. And so I said, you know, what are you doing tonight? And he's like, I'm at the studio, you should come by. And so I hung out with him at the studio, and I played him some music, and he seemed to really like it. So he invited me back the next day and was like, we should write together. And we wrote a song together. I don't know what's gonna happen with it, or if it's gonna come out or not, but we have worked together, and in the future I would love to work more with him because I'm a huge fan of his music. And I think, like, similar to the way I feel about Frank Ocean, I feel the same way about Khalid. John Mayer. Cool. So I haven't collaborated with John Mayer on a song yet, but I think in the future that would be really cool, and definitely something that we talked about, which is like really rad to say. Like, we talked about that. But John Mayer is an artist that I have been a fan of since I was 13, and it's like the reason why I got into music. I started listening to music when I was like 13. Like, I always listened to music, but it was more of like a, you know, a peripheral thing, and then music kind of became like a more important part of my life after I discovered John Mayer's music and Jason Mraz as well. But those two artists were like really pivotal for me because John Mayer made me want to start playing guitar and singing and writing lyrics. When I was on my first tour of the US, I woke up one day and one of my friends texted me and was like, yo, you gotta check your Instagram, like John Mayer's posting about your music. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. And so he invited me to go over to his place to do this Instagram show that he has called Current Mood, and that was awesome. And there I told him, I was like, yo man, like, I just want you to know, like, I've had a picture of you on my wall since I was 13. So I was like, literally next to my bed, I was like, I used to look at you every day before I went to sleep. And he's like, that's so weird. But it was really cool. And so even if I never end up writing a song with him, I kind of feel like I already have, because I've been so like influenced by his music that I feel like I've learned everything that I know about songwriting from listening to his stuff. He's gonna see it and be like, yo, I'm never speaking to this kid again, this is weird. All right, System of a Down. Okay, so I also, what a lot of people don't know about me is in middle school, I was like really into heavy metal because my friend Nick played guitar, and one time he played guitar at a talent show and all the girls were like, yo, that's crazy. And I was like, damn, like that could be me, like I should learn how to play. And so he played like heavy metal, and so I started listening to metal, and like the band scream a lot, which is cool, I'm into it. But I kind of gravitated toward like the more melodic rock music, and through that I found System of a Down. Like lyrically, they're one of my favorite bands ever, and I feel like also they're probably one of the most unique sounding bands out there. There's not another band that sounds like System of a Down. I mean, I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're incredibly unique, but there's other people that have tried to imitate them. I feel like at least for System of a Down, people are just like, yo, that's so crazy, like I'm not even gonna try, because they can't. So I love the vocals. They have some of like the best harmonies in their music as well. So I mean, I've never collaborated with them, but that would be really cool. I would love to write a song with Serge, who is like the lead singer. That'd be rad. Jason Mraz. Cool. So Jason Mraz is also one of the first artists that I started listening to when I got more serious about music. And I've never worked with Jason Mraz, but I met him twice. But not as like a, he hit me up, or I like spoke to him on like a, hey, what's up? It was more like I went to a fan event and met him twice. And one time I saw him at the studio, and I told him, I was like, yo, I love you. And that was really cool for me. I'm inspired by all of these artists because of their words. I love listening to lyrics. That's like, a lot of people listen to melody first, but what drags me in is what someone has to say. I feel like that says a lot about them as a human being. So more interested in the people than the songs. And he's a person that I love because I love his music.